Hi everyone, I am Alicia. Welcome to my garden. I garden in zone 5B6A. I'm in the suburbs of Chicago and I have a very small lot, but I make the most out of what I have. It's probably about 1,700 square feet. I don't really have a lot of lawn, just a little bit in the back for my dog. I just thought maybe you guys would like to take a look. This is the very end of the gardening season. This is October 30th, but it is a beautiful day and I kind of like to show the transitions between the seasons. So I thought I'd show you the front yard garden. So this is the garden in the front. Sorry about my shadow. I have lived in my house for 4 years, but I have changed the garden up many times, so it is not 4 years old. This front section, so this part of the garden is two sections. This is part sun, and then in the back is sun. So I had a lot of difficulty with this front of the garden. It's many things died here. Phlox died, yarrow died. Just I could not figure this out for the longest time. So I did a lot of research last year and got, I think, the plants that are suited for this space. So we can go through them. I have a geranium up here in the front with lamb's ear. Ugh, trash. So I have lamb's ear, moonbeam coreopsis, but I also have Stachy's humalo right here, which looks so beautiful in the spring. I also have a lot of geum. I don't know the name of them because they just kind of are lost to my mind here. But I have the Joe Pye weed. I just labeled everything because I'm going to do a garden walk next spring, and this I think will help with everything. It does help me as well because I always forget the names of everything. So I have the Joe Pye weed. This is the Euphorbia ruby. So I have two in here. I also have butterscotch Amsonia. I love the thread leaf, little flowy leaves, I think are so beautiful. And I also next to it have storm cloud Amsonia. Um, one is looking a little better than the other, but it looks beautiful in the spring. I highly suggest it. I did a lot of research to figure out which kind of rose I wanted to add here in this space that could handle a little bit of shade. I did go to the David Austin website and you can choose what kind of light, what kind of color, everything like that. So I did choose Queen of Sweden. It can handle some shade. So it is beautiful. I just planted this in spring and it looks wonderful so far. Last fall, I did add some grasses. My gardening philosophy was, when I first started, was I just wanted all the flowers. I did not want to adhere to any rules. I just wanted to do what I want and I wanted all the colors. That was great for maybe a year. I liked that. Then I wanted to change everything up. Now I am adding grasses. I am clumping flowers into multiples. So I've started doing that last year. I do like that. I do see a, a benefit to that. So right here I have totem pole grasses. I have like 3 in here. I really like these because they stand straight up. They do not flop. And I have quite a few storms in the summer. Since we are in Chicago, we get quite the weather here, and they have tolerated it really well. I do have, let's see what else is in here. This is the penstemon, which is so beautiful. Dark Towers. Oh my goodness. So this is new to me uh, last fall, and I love it. It is so beautiful. The pink that comes through with these dark leaves. Ugh, highly suggest. Behind it is a Baptisia, and over here are two white roses that I cannot recall the name at the moment. So yeah, I've kind of changed a lot of things up in here. So what this is a very cool pink manners. I added 3 pink manners obedient plant here. I don't necessarily want to add the straight species because I don't want it to spread like crazy. I don't add a lot of straight species up to this front garden, but I do have a native garden in the back that I will get to show you sometime soon. Right here, I do have a partial shade peony called Paula Faye peony. I initially got it because my friend's name is Faye, and I like to tell her that her peony is blooming. It is the prettiest hot pink that you can ever see, and it just like is a beacon in the garden in the spring. It is so pretty. I do have a lot of self-seeded blackberry lily in here. I moved one last fall, and I have a lot of little sprouts coming up, so hopefully those will come up next year. I think these are Crocosmia. They did not bloom this year, so we'll see how they look next year. I do have some aster in here, but these are Japanese aster and not native. So it's just, unfortunately, I have a rabbit issue and they eat all my asters, but I'm trying again this year. Right here I have a clump of red-headed spigella. These are so pretty in the spring with the red. They usually bloom with my lilies that I have in here, which are unnamed. I don't remember the names of them. So they look really pretty. I do have Agastache right here, and I have another one over here that are super pretty. They were very dry this year. My front garden, I do not water. I don't have anything on drip. If it looks dry, I do water it, but mostly it's on its own. I don't like to baby my garden. So kind of where I'm at. I just added a lot of stuff here in the back in this full sun. Another thing that I am trying to be a more well-rounded gardener with is arborvitaes, evergreens, and some shrubs. So what I have added in here, I have Anna's Magic Ball, which is super cute. I really like that. I also have these are from Proven Winners, so they're very cool. I have Whip It Good, this really fun like thread leaf arborvitae here that is so fun. I did add a coralberry. It looks terrible. It's called Candy, but I did get it on the discount rack. So next year it's going to look glorious, and I can't wait to show you that. Let's see. This is a really fun bush clematis, which is called Stand By Me. I did add some more Joe Pye weed in here. Just 2, but I'll probably add another one next year to try to keep it in the 3s. Another thing that I am trying to add are some trees. And right here I've added an Eastern Redbud, which is native to North America. It is called Flamethrower. So I'm really excited to see the change in colors on this. I do need to stake it. It's kind of flailing around like those sock monkey things that are at car dealerships. So in here, I also have, here's my yarrow that's doing really well. It is on top of my hyacinth bulbs, and that really works out well. This is another totem pole grass, but it didn't look the greatest this year, so I'm not really sure why. We'll have to figure that out. I do have another Baptisia back here. These are Pink Lemonade, I think it's called. I love that. I just think they're so pretty. They are like a little umbrella right now, so it's so cute how they just grow up and then over. So I do like that. So back here, I have a standing ovation serviceberry that I had to add chicken wire to. I had two in the backyard that were decimated by the rabbit. Um, I just couldn't believe it. Within a day, it looked like it was dead because it had eaten all the leaves. I was just so mad, but I guess that's what you have to deal with. So I added this bird bath. I got this for Christmas last year, so I'm really excited to have added that in the spring. I do have some banana cream. I think these are banana cream too. And I forget what the other ones over here are, but they are daisies. They're super cute in the spring. I love those. I just added this lemon drop Amsonia. I only have two plants in here, so we'll see if I can get another one next year. But I love this little section right here because I just added this arborvitae. This is from Proven Winners, called North Pole. So since I have such a small garden, I do want to add trees and shrubs, but they need to be like columnar. So I've been doing a lot of research on the right kind of plants to put in here. And this goes about 3 to 5 feet wide and 12 feet tall or something like that. So I think that'll look really amazing once it starts going. I have Heliopsis behind that. A friend from work gave that to me and it's really taken off. I do have, here's my At Last rose. The little kids are running by in their Halloween costumes. I still have a lot of work to do up here, so I need to figure out this path. I have some cleanup to do on the side of the house. But I think it'll be a really great journey for everybody to see. So in the back here, I have another rose that I just added in the spring. So I don't know, it looks a little sad, but we'll see how it is next year. It's called Angel Face. So let's see, what else do I have back here? Oh, I did clump these coreopsis together. These are Big Bang Mercury Rising. So I have 4 right here, and hoping those will look great together next year. Just some irises that my friend gave me. Oh, I do have a native here. This is the vervain. If anybody watches Vampire Diaries, you know. So it blooms really pretty purple. And over here I have, oh man, they were eaten down, but I had more obedient plant. These are the white ones. They were really eaten by the rabbits, but all right, we'll let them have that. But in the spring, they better back off. This is pretty terrible, but I'm trying to show, you know, beginnings and afters here. So this is the west side of my house. The people who lived here before had forsythia in here and a burning bush. So burning bushes are invasive. So that was right here. I took that out. The forsythia, it's just too much. It's too much. The root ball was so hard to get out. There's tons of landscape fabric in here. It's just been ridiculous. So I highly suggest no one put landscape fabric in. So this is going to be a really fun project for next year. I have some nice plans for this. This grass right here is not grass. It's all weeds. So what I really want to do is do a no-mow section right here with some grasses that can handle the shade. I think it'll look so awesome. Maybe put in some alliums in here, just in the ground, because I just don't want these weeds. It's just covered in weeds. Why would I want to look at that when I have a beautiful garden? So yeah, I'm going to try to make this my little secret garden. So I do want to add some trees and this is where I want to add the native shrubs. I'm trying to decide which ones I want to add. So, you know, TBD. This area up here is new. My partner just shoveled all this grass out of here for me and leveled it just a little bit, and this is now my cut flower garden. These are beautiful lilacs. They actually look really pretty right now. They have to get a major, major prune in the spring after they bloom. They are just too big. I did prune this one last year, so that one's a little bit better, but I don't want them so tall and they're just way thick. So I definitely need to prune those, but they're very beautiful in the spring. This right here I call my circle garden. I have some really beautiful things in here. This is mini Mauvette hydrangea, geranium. I just added Solomon's seal over here. I got that on sale for the fall. I have a lot of heuchera. I'm going to be changing this up actually in the spring. I really want to add more natives in here. So I think I'm going to take the heuchera out and put it into a different area. I have the columbine, the native columbine is up here. I just moved up some. I have lady's mantle in here. So I have two ladies mantle here. I would like to add another one. Here's the Solomon seal. I did add a plug for turtlehead, but I don't know if it's going to do well. So we'll see next year. This section of the circle garden does get sun. So I have this really beautiful cluster of lavender that was here when I moved in. I do like that. So it is really beautiful. I have a lot of, this is creeping thyme. This is blue star creeper. So this is looking so good and has definitely spread in the 3 years that I've had it there. This is a very pretty purple rose, and I'm lost to the name at the moment. Rise Up Lilac Days, that's what it is. I have the Boom Chocolata geranium down here, which is so pretty with the dark leaves. This little section next to my sidewalk is still a work in progress. I am not happy with it still. We'll see. I did just add spilled wine Weigela. I have one right here and right here. The sedum, and then up in the front are salvias that really are so beautiful. These salvias bloom with the lilacs, so this looks really beautiful in the spring. But after the spring, it's like nothing. So I did add some prairie drop seed grass in between. So I'm excited to see how that will fill in. I think I'm going to add some more grasses. We'll see how it looks next year. You know, it's always a work in progress. This is my new side yard garden, which I have added mostly natives in here. I am really excited to see how this explodes next year. So I still have a lot more to add. I'm going to bring it all the way down here. Right here we have a beauty berry. I don't think it is going to get those beautiful berries this year. It does have some on here, but they're just, I think, going to stay green. It's probably going to freeze in the next couple days, so I don't think it'll happen this year, but that's okay. I still have a lot to plant in here. I am going to bring it all the way down to the sidewalk. I have a Agastache here. Don't remember which kind, but maybe Bluebeard or something. I'm not sure. I just moved it there from the backyard. I did add some asters over here, so we'll see how they do. This one right here is a smooth blue aster. It's already been chewed up by the rabbits. I have a lot of issues with keeping asters in the garden, unfortunately. The rabbits love them. They're the favorite treat. Back here, I have a rose campion seedling, and I added the New England aster right here. I'm hoping because it's taller that the rabbits really won't get it, so I'll have to maybe protect it next year. Added some sedum, cannot tell you what kind it is. It's pink, I'm not sure. Some more moonbeam coreopsis. This is a new rose right here. This is Moonlight Romantica. So it didn't bloom for me this year, so we'll see next year. It's new. Right here I do have a dwarf Frothergilla. I just added that. It was on the sale rack probably because it looked half dead, but hopefully it will spring back next year. I have a ton of Monarda in here. I have a new love for Monarda, so excited to see that. I do have a fun grass in here, which is it? Cheyenne Sky, I believe. So that's new. It'll get pretty big. Rattlesnake Master here. It didn't bloom for me this year. When I planted it, I knew it was a native, but I wasn't quite sure what it was going to look like. So I have seen some pictures and everything. I think it's going to look really awesome. I think I'm going to add a couple more because I do like those tall flowers kind of poking out in between everything. In spring, I did add this Ruby Falls Weeping Redbud right here. It's very stressed. I'm hoping next year it's going to really bounce back. I do have like 2 burgundy leaves on it already. So I was pretty thrilled with that because everything else looks dead. So that is very exciting. I have, these are lamb's ear, but it's the little ones. I forget what that's called. I want this pathway clear for when I go through. This is something I made. I had a tree die, my birch tree, so I did rent a chainsaw and sliced up all these birch slices and popped those in there. So far, I love it. So that was really fun. I did add a bunch more yarrow over here. The part that was in my part sun in the front, because it wasn't doing well. So I put it over here, and I really hope it's gonna explode into beautifulness. I have some 3 prairie drop seed grasses right here that are gonna look so beautiful because I also have coneflower pallida in here. It's the coneflowers that are native and they droop down. So I think it's gonna look really beautiful. I have some other regular coneflowers up in the front and some weeds. I have more Stashys humolo over here, and right here a clump of salvia. On the side here, this is a new feature for us. We have a water butt to collect the water. We still have to put the drain into it. That probably won't be happening until spring, but that was from the neighbor and I really, really appreciate that. I have another totem pole grass over here to try to be in front of that to camouflage it a little bit. Moved a bunch of things from the backyard up here. So I have I think these are Millennium Allium, but you know what, I can't be sure on that. So I split all those. I have the cone flowers up here. I have a New Jersey tea under this basket because it also is a favorite of the rabbits. I have one in my native garden and it's been chewed down a bit. A new rose right here, which is, which one is it? I can't remember. Distant Drums, I think, from Heirloom Roses. I think that's what it is. I just moved that in late summer. I also just moved this here, this clematis. It hopefully will rebound. I'm really hoping because it is one of my favorites. It was so huge this summer, this spring, but it kind of blended into the Above and Beyond rose, climbing rose. So I needed it to be its own showstopper piece. So I wanted it here on the side of the house. It is so beautiful. Josephine clematis, highly suggest it. I just want to thank everyone for joining me on the front garden tour. I'm very excited to see how it changes in the spring, and I'm really excited to bring you along with me. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, thank you so much.